Hey guys, welcome to Joy Time. Hey, today we're going to talk about trellising peas, but I just wanted to do a quick little review of some of the things we have growing here out in the garden. So these are the grow towers we just have up. These are the quad grow towers. This is our pak choi. It's poking its head out a little bit, coming to see us. So that's awesome. And let's take a look at a few of the other things we got here. Guys, this is our tango, and not a lot of people grow tango lettuce. I love tango lettuce. It's got a nice texture, real curly leaves, and it tastes really good. So the tango's doing really well. Obviously, we're doing what I call the high density lettuce, right? So lots of them are gonna grow in one area. That'll allow us to harvest super early. By putting 10 or 12 actual plants in one place like this, you'll be able to actually harvest in about 28 days. And you can cut it and it will grow back. So it's awesome. So that's high density growing here out in these in the towers. As if the tower is not going to give us enough production, we're going to go high density. We're going to get tons of production. It's going to be great. Make sure you're liking the channel and following along. And here's our romaine lettuce, one of my favorites, and they're just little babies popping through. So yeah, it's really nice. Those are going to be awesome. A couple of bright light mixed cosmos are popping up. That's awesome. We just planted these flowers the other day. And here's our single sensation cosmos, mixed cosmos. So I guess cosmos is the way to go, guys, if you want some fast germinating flowers. We just put these in just the other day, and these things are rocking. Okay, but let's talk about peas. Okay, guys, there's three main ways that I'm going to trellis my peas. These peas are doing great. These are our sugar snap peas, these here. We've got them growing down here on the bottom. We've got them growing on the upper level and over here on the side. Move the netting out of the way this time. I learned from last time. Okay, so there they are, and they're doing great, okay? So what you have here in the back, let me go through here, is our chicken wire, okay? And you can tell they're trellising right up there, doing great. Guys, we've had crazy weather here lately. We've gone through a northeaster already that was blowing like crazy. We had a tornado come through here the other day that was blowing like crazy. And these peas, they steadfast, man. They did awesome. So my bee buddies are out here flying around. We'll see some more of them. But yeah, and then look here. So on the top, they're trellising on the chicken wire, and that's working out just great, okay? They're getting right up and climbing right up there. It's doing really well. And for the bottom, I didn't want them all to combine, so I put this netting. Okay, so now on the bottom, I tilted the netting, and it's reaching up diagonally to my front pillar here, my front 2x4 on the front. So that's that netting coming up. So they're gonna climb up more at a diagonal, which will help give us some shade for my cabbages here, okay? My big cabbages are struggling a little bit. I just watered them, so they wilted a little bit, but they're doing okay. They'll bounce right back. Okay, and then we've got some mixed cabbages. Boy, it's time to transplant these. Look at our red cabbages, man. I got to get those transplanted big time. And these guys here, and then we're growing some of these other ones. We're going to grow some of these as baby cabbages, so we'll be able to harvest them all year. We're going to have a video on that coming soon, okay? But anyways, back to the peas, sorry. So even these on the sides, I've got another separate netting that's going straight up to the top, okay? So that netting is really nice. I got, I think, 15 feet by 5 feet at Home Depot was something like maybe $4 or something like that. So I used one section of it here, and I used one section of it here, and I put one section inside. So I got a lot of use out of that, and that'll probably last a couple seasons, I would imagine. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, so you've got the chicken wire, right, which is working great. You've got the netting, which is working great. The peas are loving it. They're having a good time. We got a little, what, carpenter wasp or something flying around. It's okay. He's hanging out, a little bee. Yeah. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Little extra bee footage for y'all, capturing the bee roll. Okay, we're gonna let him be because I think he's liking the peas now too. So let's talk about our other peas over here. We got one more way of trellising that we're gonna show you. Okay guys, so this is our pea pod here, okay? If this does well this year, I'll probably use this hoe space. I had some other lettuces growing in that other space over there, and we're transitioning. I'll probably put some peppers in play, something like that in the back. I haven't decided. I may even do some hydroponics back there. But anyway, so here's our peas here. These are perfect. We started these a little bit later. These are snow peas, okay? So these are just a little younger than the ones we just looked at, okay? But they're in a perfect need of having a trellising going on right now, okay? So let's show you what we're gonna do. One new addition you might have noticed to the pea pod is that I did have to put sort of diagonal cross beams in because the whole top shelter, I told you we had crazy winds. These were tilting, these were swaying in the wind, but now when this moves, the whole shelter moves. Before, if I was to do this before, just the top would sort of rock back and forth, okay? So we just secured that with a couple of diagonal beams, no biggie, easy peasy. Anyways, so let's talk about trellising. So essentially, we're just going to do a string trellis, and we're just going to go with horizontal layers. we're going to try and pinch the pea shoots together. So we just kind of wanted to pinch it, and just loosely, you know, not too tight. And we're going to use the cotton twine. You could use jute twine, you could use whatever, really. You could use wire. But we do want to crisscross. So if I go on the left side of the beam here, then I want to go diagonal to the right side of the beam down the way. Okay, so we're just going to do a string trellis. We'll probably do about 5 or 6 of them, depending on how thick the peas get, layers. But today we're just going to do one and get these guys started. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, guys. This part's not mandatory, but I'm just doing this to make my life easier. I'm going to use like an anchor screw. That way, with all the tension changing when the string gets wet or when in the wind and everything, I don't want it slipping down and moving. I want it to provide good support for my piece. Okay, guys, so here's 2 different methods. Neither one is wrong or right, but there is one I do have a preference of. Okay, one is just straight, and it runs straight and straight lines right across. Okay. And the other is the pinch method. The pinch method, it crisscrosses. So if it's on the left here, it'll be on the right on the far support. And for me, the pinch one kind of pulls in at the center and just is going to help support things more, I think. All right, so I like the pinch method. Down here when it's low, it's not going to matter that much because you don't have a very big plant. But if you've got much taller plants, when these get, you know, 3 feet high, they're going to want to push and pull around. So by using the pinch method, when one part of the piece wants to fall over in one direction, it'll actually be supported by the other piece pulling it in the opposite direction. Hope that makes sense. The other thing you can do too is you can do this method here, the regular straight up method, and then just pinch it together and tie it with something there. That's an alternate way to do a pinch as well. Okay, so the thing is, you don't want to just crush it, so don't pinch it too tight. You just want it to be a nice gentle hug for the plants. Okay, but you want it enough to support them so that your plants don't move all around and fall over. Okay, guys, I decided just to go ahead and do that third way too, so that I could show you. That's probably the easiest way to do it. That's the one I would recommend, right? It's just go straight forward with the strings and then pinch them together with a little knot. I would cut those off. I would cut those leads off much shorter, but I wanted to show it for the video. So yeah, just in the center, just tie a little knot, and then it'll pinch and it'll help kind of hold everything together much better than having a long string that's just going to have a lot of play with it. If you pinch it together in the middle there, then it'll help support it. It'll basically cut the stress in half. Okay, so yeah, so that's what you got. Those are peas all trellised up. The 3 methods: just straight bars straight across, right? Or the pinch in the center, the diagonal method, like Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams, right? And the third one, which is just pinching it together with a little knot in the center, which is probably the best way to go. That's the way I would recommend. But yeah, so that's our peas, and that's what's going on in our garden. Hope you guys are having a good time gardening. I hope you're following along and doing some of this. And yeah, so there'll be plenty more to come. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. There's tons to see yet, and you'll be seeing it grow over the summer. So yeah, I'm glad you're here. This is Troy time. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. I'm out.